if you want to. If you're okay with sharing. Yes, Sriram, what are you doing? I know you have a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, so some of my cousins are gonna be coming over, so we're gonna be like going to Atlanta
If you
and doing
want to.
stuff like that.
Going to. Oh, nice. How about Shiva?
Yeah, wait, so I think I'm going to Florida for like 4 days.
Nice. Wow. How about others? Yes, Harihar.
I'm going to San Francisco for 8 days.
Wow, wow, that's a long vacation. Very
Mhm.
nice. How about others? Yes, Vishnu.
Some of my cousins are meeting up in Jacksonville, so we're going there for a few days.
Wow, that's so much fun. Best part for me from childhood was meeting up with cousins. Don't you all think so? Because they're all same family and you all eat together and you have the same family members around to share all the experiences. So it's so much fun. So I am envying Vishnu actually, all of you who will be meeting with your cousins. All right, let's get started. So, before we move forward, I just wanted all of us to reflect upon this last year, 2024, because this is the last class that we'll be meeting this year. Next weekend is going to be a break because I know you all are doing fun stuff with meeting with cousins, traveling, having family visiting over, all these things, right? So, we don't want to disturb you all or take a break from that fun. So, we want you all to reflect. Close your eyes for a minute and I'll start the timer in 1 minute. Then think about three things that you were very, very, very happy or thankful or grateful for. One thing is a family moment. The other thing is something from your educational perspective or academics perspective. And another thing is for a global thing, like something which you were very happy, which happened globally, not only with respect to you or your family, but some news or something which you were so inspired that you thought, wow, and you were inspired. Those are the things I want you all to think about. Close your eyes. Think about three things. One thing is some fun thing or something great or some moment that you had been very thankful, very grateful that you had been together with the family. Another moment is from your achievements, or it doesn't have to be winning medals or trophies or anything. It could be as small as you being able to understand a math problem or being able to answer a question in the class which was unique. I'm not trying to tell that all of you have to have something like that, but anything which made you grateful, thankful. And then third one is something which is on a global level which made you feel so good that you were inspired the moment you heard that. You felt like this is something nice. So close your eyes. Your timer starts now. All right. 1 minute is done. Open your eyes. I hope you had something which made you happy or which you think the year was really worth it. Like that, we had so many years in our life. Some of you maybe 15, some of you 16, 17, 12, 10, whatever. We had so many years in our life which we have passed without even realizing how many good things, wonderful things, blessed things happened in our life. And we took them for granted, thinking that, oh yeah, I deserve all this. Why should we deserve? There are so many people in the world who are going through so many situations which would have been hard for us to deal with. So, if anybody wants to share, is bold and brave and open to share, I would choose. Okay, I have Shiva's hand, but Shiva, you can choose only one from the three that you thought of so that we give opportunity to others who are willing to share. Shiva, please share with us.
It's like who you're thankful for, right? So let's say I would probably say I'm kind of thankful to Krishna.
Okay, Krishna, for, I mean, give some specifics of
Yes,
what you.
yeah, I know, like for
It's a
Krishna.
blanket statement. I'm thankful for Krishna. I'm thankful to my parents. Of course, we all are thankful, but we need some specifics.
Yes, I'm thankful to Krishna, my parents, because they kind of help me my parents kind of help me understand math problems that I did not get, and also Krishna is like giving me the right results. So
Okay, good. Anyone else? Sriram.
I was also thankful for Krishna, but it was because I was able to get this opportunity of being able to think about Krishna.
Whoa. You all are being very smart. You're giving very generic answers. Wanted something specific that happened to you in your life, in your family, with your academics, or with your family, or there's so many things, but you're all like, okay, I'm thankful to Krishna, which is good. I'm very, very happy about you all realizing that. But I want more specifics, boys and girls. You all want to share something is happening in your life with me too, right? Yes, Nivan.
I'm thankful that like midterms are done and I'm halfway done with middle school. So
Halfway done with middle school, you're in seventh grade?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow, nice. Okay, cool. Supreet?
Going to India because like this year was the first time in like 5 years that I went to India.
Wow, see, that's amazing specific that I heard. Very nice. And what did you had a nice experience in India, probably meeting with family and
Yeah.
India overall, right? Very nice. Good. Yes, Haran.
I'm grateful that Krishna planted this great organ called a brain inside of me to help me maintain very good grades and staying at like one of the top 10 in my classes.
Okay, so you're thankful for Krishna, thankful to Krishna for giving us overall healthy body, mind, so that we can do good in our studies and extracurriculars and everything. Anyone else? Anything that happened fun? Anything that you are very excited about that happened this year? No, there were no exciting things at all for you all this year.
yeah,
It was boring, is it? Okay, Shivam, you're done. Let's move to others. Okay. I want to hear something fun that happened this year. Looks like all your lives were boring this year, is it? Nothing fun at all? Yeah, Samanyu?
Yeah, I'm thankful to Krishna and my parents and everyone who helped me for getting accepted into Georgia Tech.
Wow, nice. All right, good job. What else? Others?
Oh yeah, also I just wanted to share, like you said, like a sweet moment with family that you're thankful for. But I got into like UGA, which is a school that I like always wanted to go to, and I got to open it with my family, like in the car, because we were going on a trip and it came out at 4 o'clock, like when we were on the roads. So I got to open and we were all like really excited. So
Very
yeah.
nice. Good job. So all these high school seniors will have those exciting moments to share. Good, good, good. Okay, others who don't want to share, I'm fine. I don't want to, but I hope you had something fun in your life, not only with regards to admission or anything, but other things also. I wish and pray that we all. Yes, Vishnu.
I was able to like go to Australia with my family, and like that was the first time we got to spend a lot of time together because my brother came as well. So
Awesome. Very nice. Good, good, good. All right. Okay. So we're all thankful and grateful for all the wonderful things that happened in our life this year. So let's all welcome a new year with prayers, gratefulness, and also have some small resolutions to refine ourselves. It's not about I compete with others, but to refine ourselves. Maybe small, small changes we can have. um we need to think about those resolutions which we think we should be inspired by somebody, right? Like we all have role models in our lives, isn't it? Can you all tell me who your role models are? Shivam, can you tell us better? You have any role model, sports, movie,
Because like like sometimes like I
I'm
can't.
asking the other. You're Shiva, right? I'm asking Shivam.
Oh,
Shivami.
I would say my parents.
Your parents. Very nice. So you are taking your parents as role models. So are whatever you want to do like them. We have to set some make some small changes in our life, right? Isn't it, Shivam?
Yeah.
Exactly as I like them as of now, maybe. So you want to make some small changes and then start implementing them. What about
Mm.
others? Who are your role models? Those who didn't speak at all. Can you all share with me with your role models? Who your role models are.
I would say my role model is my mom.
Awesome. Very nice to hear that. Who else? Those who didn't speak at all. I know you know who if you didn't speak, right? So
I would also say my parents, auntie.
parents. Wow, very nice. Yes, Ria.
I would
Ria
say my
Patel.
dad.
Who's it, beta?
I would say my dad.
Your dad. Oh, wow, very nice. How about others?
I would say my parents.
Who is that?
Jayshna.
Jeshna says parents. Yes, your parents are so great. I mean, they're so fortunate to have wonderful kids like you all who's telling that they are role models for them. They're definitely doing something good. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? Ishan, Ishi, Srija,
Yeah,
Akshara,
I would also say
Shri,
my parents.
Riya. Everybody is staying quiet. Let's all speak. Vedang,
I would probably say
Shravan,
the teachers I've met in high school so far.
teachers at your high school. Very nice. Shrihan,
I'd say my role model is my brother.
your brother. Very nice. All right, now let's move on to the verse of this week. So, what we will do, we have two groups here. One is a Sunday group and the Saturday group. So, our Sunday group is two verses ahead of Saturday group. So, what we will do the verse that Sunday group does today. Next class onwards, the classes will be separate because this is online. I combine both of them, but next week onwards, they'll be separate. So, I will continue with wherever we left off for the Saturday group and continue with wherever we left off for the Sunday group. Does it sound good to all of you? Because this theme of the year is Krishna is everywhere, and Krishna is speaking about his opulences, and it's not going to be impacting the way we understand if we do the verses little differently in sequence. Okay, so let's go to chapter 10, verse 28. Verse 26 and 27 have been completed for the Sunday group. So let's do chapter 6, 10, 10, 28. Sorry, chapter 10, verse 28. Somebody sharing the screen? Thank you, Nivan. Okay, Nivan, you can repeat after me, and everyone else, please take turns swiftly without losing time. Ayudanam aham vajram.
आयुधानाम् अहं वज्राम्
Tenunam asmi kamadhuk.
धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक्
Prajanaschasmi kandarpaha.
प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः
Sarpanam asmi vasukihi.
सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः आयुधानाम् अहं वज्रम्
आयुधानामहं वज्रम्
धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक्
धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक्
प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः
वज्रश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः
सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः
सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकी आयुधानामहं वज्रम्
Ayudam aham varjam.
धेनूनाम् अस्मि कामधुक्
Tenunam asmi kamaduk.
वज्रश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः
Prajanaschasmi kandarpaha.
सर्पाणाम् अस्मि वासुकी
Sarpanam asmi vasuki. Ayudam aham vaj. Ayudam aham vajram.
Ayudanam aham
Ayudanam.
vajram.
Ayudanam aham vajram.
Ayudanam aham vajram.
Tenunam asmi kamaduk.
Dhenunam asmi kamaduk.
Prajanaschasmi kandarpaha.
Prajanaschasmi kandarpa.
Sarpanam asmi vasuki.
Sarpanam asmi vasuki.
आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कान्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकी
आयुधानामहं वज्रं
धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकी
Everyone done? All right, we can go with the translation. So, in this verse, again, Krishna is giving further glimpses into his opulences, and he's saying, everybody, please pay attention here. I'm going to ask questions. So, in this verse, Lord Krishna is giving further glimpses into his opulences. Again, as we discussed in the previous classes on Sundays, Krishna is present in the mightiest of the mighty things and in the tiniest of the tiny things. However, in this chapter, Krishna is only giving a glimpse of all the mighty things, all the splendorous things, all the opulent things. Why? Because by human nature, we are attracted to those things that are much bigger or huger than what we can imagine or what our intelligence can comprehend, where we are influenced or inspired by those things. Tiniest of the tiny things, if Krishna says I'm in the blade of grass, we might not be as much inspired when, as opposed to when Krishna says I am among the mountain ranges, I am Himalayas, among the stars, or I'm the sunshine, I'm the moonshine, or among the sages I'm Bhrigu. So he's trying to portray or give us glimpses of his opulences so that we realize how great he is. But that does not mean that Krishna is only present in those things, or Krishna is only manifesting in those forms. Krishna is everywhere. That should be the bottom line and underlying understanding for all of us. We should not think that Krishna is only Airavata among the elephants. The other elephants, Krishna is not present. We should not think like that. Or Krishna is only Uchchaishrava horse that we learned last week. Krishna is in all living entities. That's what Krishna says. I'm in all living entities, Sarva Bhutanam, right? But the splendor and opulence as described here are also important to know to understand the extent of greatness of Krishna. Of course, he is beyond whatever he's giving us here, but to understand or to get a glimpse of his greatness. So in this verse, Krishna is talking about weapons. And among all the weapons, I am the thunderbolt. I'm going to share a pastime about this, but I'll read the complete translation. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am the surabhi. Of causes for procreation, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vasuki. So Krishna is listing four things here. One thing is about how he is strongest of all the weapons, which is called Vajra in Sanskrit, or thunderbolt. So now let's understand what this weapon is. We have heard of weapons. Narayana holds these weapons, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, right? Those are the weapons that Krishna holds. Narayana holds in his hands, Chakra and Gada. But he's not mentioning those. He's mentioning a thunderbolt or Vajra. What is the reason? We can stop sharing. I'll share the pastime of what is this pastime of Vajra or the thunderbolt that Krishna is referring here. So in Puranas, there is a story in which there were great sage. There was a sage called Dadichi. So remember this name. So Dadichi, and he offered a great sacrifice. And what is the sacrifice that he made, which is unparalleled in history? And that we're going to know now. So Indra, as we all know, is the king of heaven. Once he was driven out of his celestial kingdom, of his Indraloka, by a demon named Vritrasura. Vritrasura actually was a devotee. However, because of a curse, he gets born as a demon, and in a pastime, he is engaged in a war against Indra. And he's so powerful. Though he was born into a demon body, he was actually a great devotee of Krishna, Narayana. And he was very powerful. But he was fighting against the Devas just as a matter of duty. because he was elected by the king of by the demons to fight against the devas. Therefore, he was, as a matter of duty, fighting, and he was very powerful. And with his power, he drove Indra out of his heaven, or a king. He's king of heaven. So and also Vritrasura had a boon that he would not be killed by any weapon known till then. So any weapon that existed as of that day, he would not be killed. Everyone with me so far? So Dadichi was a great sage who performed unparalleled sacrifice. And why Dadichi, how Dadichi comes in this passage, we'll know. But current scene is where Indra and Vritrasura are fighting. Vritrasura is a demon, but a great devotee. Indra, as we all know, is the lord of demigods. And he's supposed to be powerful, but he was driven out of heaven by Vritrasura. And Vritrasura had a boon that he would not be killed by any weapon that was known until then. That was the boon he had. That means there has to be some weapon that has to be designed new. So what happened? In desperation, Indra, he went to Lord Shiva for help. And then Lord Shiva and Indra together went to Lord Vishnu. And then what Lord Vishnu said was, he revealed to Indra that only one weapon could kill Vritrasura. And that was a thunderbolt. And that is a Vajra that he is referring to in this verse. And that thunderbolt was made from the bones of sage Dadichi. Whoa. Right? The sage Dadichi, the one who I referred to at the beginning of this pastime, that thunderbolt should be made from the bones of Dadichi. Now, Dadichi is still alive and it's not dead that we can take his bones, or Indra could have taken his bones and made the thunderbolt. So Indra then what he did? He went and begged Dadichi to make the sacrifice of laying down his life so that his bones could be used for making the thunderbolt. Now, see, look at the extent of sacrifice that Dadichi makes. So he accepts the request, but then he says, I want to go on a pilgrimage to all the holy rivers. By way of he being a sage and by way of he knowing what is the best way of giving up his body, he thought, okay, let me take a dip in all the holy rivers before I give up my body. So, but Indra thought it's going to lose. I mean, if he has to travel through all the holy rivers in the earthly planets, it would have taken forever. So what did Indra do? He facilitated that all the waters of the holy rivers were brought to Naimisharanya, where Sage Dadichi was living. And after that, he allowed the sage to have his wish fulfilled without loss of time. Then Dadichi gives up his body by practice of yogic techniques. I mean, like even in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says how a yogi, by meditation and certain yogic techniques, can give up the body thinking about the Lord. So, Dadichi was once a sage who had mastered the yogic techniques of being able to give up the body by his yoga practice. So, after taking a bath in the waters that were collected by Indra from all the holy rivers in the material planet, in the earthly planet, and then he gives up his body by yogic practice. And then the thunderbolt was made from his bones, which was then used to defeat the demon Vritrasura, allowing Indra to regain his place as the king of the heaven. Now, Lord Sri Krishna, deliberately refers to this thunderbolt as a representation of the glory of God. Opulence of God, the chapter title, which Prabhupada has sweetly given for chapter 10, means glory of God. And Krishna is referring to this thunderbolt as a representation of the glory of God, preferring it above the mace and the disc that are always held in the hands of Lord Vishnu. So, why did Krishna choose a thunderbolt as an opulent feature of him as opposed to his mace and chakra? Because in this it glorifies the sacrifice made by a great sage for a greater cause. Sage Dadichi was willing to give up his body for the benefit of devas, because if demons are dominating the world, then what happens? Humanity or mankind will be in trouble, in distress all the time, as opposed to being controlled by the devas. So, keeping that in mind, Dadichi was willing to sacrifice his life so that his bones can be used for making that weapon called Thunderbolt. And Krishna is referring to that Vajra or Thunderbolt as the weapon. He's saying that I am the weapon Vajra among all the weapons. Krishna is covering various categories of creation and saying that among these I am this, among these I am this, among mountains I am this, among trees I am this, among elephants I am this, among horses I am this, among living entities I am this, among humans I am the king, among plants I am this, among trees I am this. So every different category of creation he's using to tell us how he represents the opulence in those. So that's about thunderbolt. What is the next point? The next point is about Denunam asmi kamadukha. He's saying among the cows, I am kamadenu. So now, desire fulfilling cows, right? Cows are called desire fulfilling. In Vrindavan, these are called desire fulfilling. There are desire fulfilling trees. That means whenever you ask, if we go to Vrindavan now and go stand under a tree and ask for desires, they will not be fulfilled because we're not as pure. But in reality, for a pure devotee, in Vrindavan, there are desire fulfilling trees. One can ask whatever one wants and get it. But we don't see, and even though it is possible, we don't see the residents of Vrindavan who are pure devotees using the desire fulfilling trees too much. But cows, by their giving the milk in Vrindavan, they're also giving their love to Krishna. So, in other words, in Vrindavan, cows satisfy Krishna, and Brajavasis, by collecting the milk that is given out of love for Krishna, right? They are fulfilling or reciprocating with the love of Krishna. And among the cows, Kamadhenu is the topmost. So cows are very important. Cows are considered as a mother because they give milk, and they also, with the milk, we make so many milk products. And the cow that is not troubled or not subjected to torture by human beings, that type of milk is actually the milk that we all should be consuming. And cows should be protected. Krishna loved cows so much. Even in Kartik Maas, there is a special day dedicated for cows. Remember? One of the days is celebrated and worshipped for cows. It's very important that cows are worshipped. Cow is the residence of all the demigods. Whatever demigods exist out there, cow, in the cow's body, all the demigods reside. Why? Because Krishna loves cows. Krishna, when he was a child, he used to tender to the cows. He used to take them for grazing. He used to play with them. And when he was about to turn into a age where he could have taken bigger cows. When he was little, he was taking care of calves. But when he was older, and when he was about ready to go take the older cows, the cows into the forest, Mother Yashoda was going to make shoes for little Krishna because he was going to step into the forest, which is away from home. And she was worried that Krishna's feet might get pricked with tiny pebbles or thorns. So when Mother Yashoda was preparing shoes for Krishna's feet, Krishna asked, "Why are you preparing? Why are you making this?" And he says, "No." She says, "You're going into the forest, so I want your feet to be protected." But then Krishna says, "Are you making shoe for all the cows that are going along with me for grazing?" How many cows did Nanda Maharaj had? He had 900,000 cows. And then Mother Yashoda gave up the idea of making shoes for Krishna too, because Krishna wouldn't go with shoes unless each of the cows had shoes. Each of the cow had shoes. That was the extent of love that Krishna had for cows. Talking about the significance of cows, where Krishna is mentioning among the cows, I am Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is called, actually, Kamadhenu is a desire cow, that cow which is fulfilling any desire. And that exists in Indraloka. Just like Airavat exists in Indraloka. Remember, among the elephants, I'm Airavat, he says in the last week's verse, for those who were here for Sunday class. And among the horses, he said, I'm Uchai Shravha. And that is the horse on which Indra rides. And among the cows, I'm Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu also is with Indra. All right. Now, the next point in this verse is about, he says, Krishna says, I am the force of love through which procreation happens. So when Brahma created this material world, this material world was meant for a reason, was created for a reason. Why? It's just like when we create a when a new city is formed, when a new city is being developed, the city governor or the city commissioner plans for building hospitals, building schools, building libraries, building recreation centers, and building nice roads, building nice parks. And then what else? What should a city have? City or a district or a state have? Yes, Shiva?
Yeah, well, it should have airports and like healthcare facilities.
Yeah, yes, airports, healthcare facilities, maybe train station, road transport. Yes, Hariharan.
Um, it should have stable governments and public schools.
Yes, it should have stable government and public schools. And along with all these, there's one more thing that is needed. Any state will have this too. And that is what? Which you have forget. Yes, Rija.
Houses?
Of course, houses for all of us to live. We need a court and we also need a prison house. Yes or no? Why? Why do we need? What will happen if we don't have a court and a prison house? Uh, I want somebody else who never spoke till now to answer, please. I didn't hear Vedang speaking, Ria, Nambia speaking, Saryu and Akshara speaking. Yeah, Vedang, go ahead.
So if you don't have a court, so like it will be like uneven justice. So the court decides who is innocent and who is guilty. So if you don't have a court, you can't tell who's guilty and who's innocent.
Right. For the safety of the citizens, and because it is a fact that there are people who will break the rules, isn't it? And to help them discipline, we need courts and prison houses, right? So this material world, again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, don't get me wrong, but this material world is like that prison house in this entire creation. There's spiritual sky, there's material sky. In this material sky, it's earthly planets, and all the planets actually are like prison houses where we are bound by the three modes of material nature, we are bound by our karma, and we are bound by our materialistic desires. So when Brahma was created and given this duty of creation, he started procreation, and procreation happens with a force of love between two entities. And Krishna is saying, I am the force of love. I am that love between the entities or between the opposite sexes that will help in procreation. So that's the high level information about how Krishna is mentioning that he is also the procreating factor. So we learned three things. One is about among weapons, he is thunderbolt. Among cows, he is Kamadhenu, which is like a desire fulfilling cow. And in relation to that, we talked about the importance of cows in relation with the Ayudha or the weapon, and Thunderbolt, we studied the pastime or read the pastime of Dadichi and Indra and Vritrasura. And now the third point that Krishna mentioned is about how he is the procreating driving force, the love that he drives between opposite sex for procreation. And then last one that he mentions is about among snakes, among serpents, he says, I am Vasuki. Vasuki is the snake that is used when the churning of mountain happens. Remember? Do you all remember that pastime where the demons and the demigods churn the Milky Ocean on it's that mountain? What is that mountain called? Where it is the mountain that was used to churn. Do you all know? Mantara mountain, I think. You all remember? And that was to balance it, Krishna had to appear as, what was that avatar? That Krishna had to appear as to balance that churning rod, the mountain which was used as a churning rod. Come on, boys and girls, you should know this.
But was it like Mohini or something?
No, that's among the
Turtle.
Dashavataras. The
Oh,
turtle.
He came as a turtle, right?
I think it's matcha or kurma.
Kurma avatar. He comes as Kurma avatar, and on top of Kurma's back, that mountain was put, and something to churn that mountain they wanted. So Vasuki offered to be used as the churning rope. That's one pastime of Vasuki, to remember Vasuki. So among all the snakes or serpents, Krishna says, I am Vasuki. Okay. Now we have 13 more minutes. If you have any questions, any comments on this verse, please ask now in the next 3 minutes. We can discuss. Anything to add? Any thoughts you have on this verse? Okay, can I ask somebody what we spoke today? Let's see. Riya Nambir, can you tell us one point from the 4 things that Krishna mentioned today?
That of all the weapons, he was the thunderbolt because that was the weapon that showed the sacrifice to Krishna.
Sacrifice, not exactly to Krishna, but sacrifice made by a great sage. What is his name?
Something I don't remember.
You have to write it down, right? When I'm saying you should write it down. Who knows what the name of the sage is? Someone else who didn't raise the hand at all till now.
Dadichi.
Dadichi, yes. Is that Akshara? Who said that?
That was me.
Arayu. Okay. Yes, Dadichi. Correct. And then what else, Riya Nambiar? What else? What more did we learn about Thunderbolt? Am I boring you all? Are you all losing your attention because I'm blabbering something which is not interesting to you all? Let's see what Sriram has to say. Sriram, can you tell us?
Could you repeat the question?
What did we learn today? What are the 4 points we learned from the verse today about Krishna's opulences? And Riya was saying about how he is the thunderbolt, and she talked about the pastime of the Dichi. Can you tell more about that pastime?
I don't really know.
Who else? I know Shiva and Nivan have been answering many times. I need others to answer. Yes, Vedang.
So the Thunderbolt was supposed to stop a demon. I forgot the name. I think it starts with the R.
It's Vritasura. V-R. Vritasura. It starts with V. Vritasura. Vritasura. Okay.
And then the sage wanted to go all over the holy rivers, but Indra got it in front of his house. After he went he went in the holy rivers, he did the sacrifice, and then Indra got the thunderbolt to stop the demon.
Very nice. Good job. Okay. What are other points? Can anyone say another point from the verse? Out of the 4 points. Yes, Vishnu?
Like he had like a boon that he couldn't be killed by like any weapons that existed right now.
Yeah, very good point. Yes. Yeah, that is from that pastime about Thunderbolt. Now we'll move on to other points from the verse where Krishna says, I am the Vajra among weapons. The next point, what does he say? Supreet?
He then says that he among cows he is Kamadu, who is the wish fulfilling cow who lives on Indraloka.
Yeah, Kamadhenu. Okay, Kamadhenu is the name. Yeah. What is the next another 2 points? Quick. Others. Yeah, Samanyu?
He says of the serpents, I'm Vasuki.
Yeah, very nice.
That was because Vasuki was used when they churned the milk ocean with Mount Mandara.
Yeah.
And it was the Kurma avatar that was the base of the
But
mountain.
trying to Vedang actually from Sunday class told us if we can associate every opulence that Krishna is saying with the pastime so that we can remember it better, right? And also know the history, Puranas, our scriptures better. So I thought that's a good idea to find pastimes associated with every opulence that Krishna is mentioning. And about procreation, how Krishna says, I am the force of love for procreation. We talked about how Brahma is the first procreator and how he through his energy and through his blessings from Krishna does procreation. He creates all the manus, he creates all the different types of living entities and how those living entities procreate amongst themselves, right? That's the message of today's verse. Shiva, you have your hand raised. Do you have anything else to add?
Yes, so the thunderbolt, right? So it was made from that saint's bones.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to do a sacrifice, and then and then that's how they could stop Rudrasura.
Vritrasura, Vritrasura, Vrtrasura.
Vritrasura.
Yes, Nivan?
I'm not sure if we added this point because I went to the bathroom, but like, the sage sacrificed himself because like he sacrificed himself, but before he wanted to sacrifice himself, he wanted all the rivers, like all the holy rivers to come. And like he wanted to go to all the holy rivers, but and there's like, no, I don't want you to travel that much. So he just brought all the rivers to his living place.
Correct. Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was
sure if we added that
it was
point.
told, but thank you for telling that again. We'll move on to the next verse. We have another 7 minutes. So somebody, whoever was sharing before, please share. And I hope you all understood verse 28. We'll move on to 29. Thank you. Next verse is now those who didn't read last verse. I don't think all of you read the verse last time, correct? So those who didn't read, among them, can somebody tell their name so that they can repeat after me?
I didn't read Auntie.
Okay. All right, stand. Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
Varuno yadasamaham
varano yadasamaham
Pitrinam aryamachasmi
pitrinam aryamachasmi
Pitrinam aryamachasmi
pitrinam aryamachasmi
Yamaha samyamatamaham
yamah samyamatamaham anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
varuno yadashamaham
Varuno yadashamaham
pitrinam aryamachasmi
Pitrinam aryamachasmi
yamah samyamatamaham
Yamaha samyamatamaham Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
Varuno yadasamaham
Varuno yadasamaham
Pitrinam aryamachasmi
Pitranam aryamachasmi
Yamaha samyamatamaham
Yamaha samyamatamaham Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi
Anantaschasmi
naganam
naganam
Varuno yadasamaham
Varno yadasamaham
Pitranam aryamachasmi
Pitranam aryamachasmi
Yamaha samyamatamaham
Yama samyamatamaham Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
Varno yadasamaham
Varno yadasamaham
Pitranam aryamachasmi
Pitranamaryamarchasmi
Yama samyamatam aham
Yamah samyamatamaham Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
Varno yadasamaham
varano yadasamaham
Pitranam aryamachasmi
pitranam aryamachasmi
Yamah samyamatamaham
yamah samyamatamaham Anantaschasmi naganam
Anantaschasmi naganam
varuno yadasamaham
varno yadasamaham
pitranam aryamachasmi
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Varno Yadasamaham.
Varno Yadashamaham.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Yama Samyamatamaham.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Varno Yadashamaham.
Varno Yadasamaham.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Varno Yadasamaham.
Varuno Yadashamaham.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Anantaschasmi Naganam.
Varuno Yadashamaham.
Varno Yadasamaham.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Pitranam Aryamachasmi.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham.
Yamaha Samyamatamaham.
Okay, we can
An-
stop. We can stop reading here. We'll do the translation because we have very few minutes left, only 2 minutes. So here in this verse again, Krishna is referring to 4 different types of opulences. So he's talking about again serpents or snakes in this verse too. But in the translation, Prabhupada says of the many hooded nagas, or of the many hooded snakes, I am Ananta. I'm going to explain more about Ananta. And among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death. We'll talk about this four things again. One is among many hooded snakes. He's called Ananta. Okay, I lost that thing. And among ocean water aquatics, he's called Varuna. Among the departed ancestors is Aryama, and among the dispensers of justice is Yama. So coming to first one, which is Ananta. Ananta is also a snake or a serpent. Krishna just mentioned one serpent in the previous verse that has a different purpose and different. It's also a snake. The purpose of that was it is actually Vasuki is the snake that Lord Shiva wears around his neck, and that was used as a tool when that pastime of churning the Milky Ocean happened. And among for that act of the snake is referring to himself and he's giving that as an opulence and he says, I am Vasuki. But now he's talking about Ananta. Ananta has another purpose. He is actually a divine snake or a divine serpent on whom Lord Vishnu rests. All of us have seen that pictorials of how Lord Vishnu is lying on Milky Ocean on a snake bed, right? That is the snake which is Ananta. And what is the speciality of this snake? It has 10,000 hoods. You all know what hoods are, right? A snake has hoods. And each hood has a pair of eyes and a mouth. So this Ananta has 10,000 hoods. And the function of the snake is not only as an abode for Lord Narayana to rest, but it is also said that he has been describing the glories of God with each of his hood since the beginning of creation. And that description about the glories, whatever glories Lord Narayana has, they're infinite, right? So infinite glories, glorification cannot be complete at any time, isn't it? Suppose something is infinite and you want to count. When do you stop counting an infinite thing? You can stop sharing. I cannot see all of you. Infinity, the number infinity, right? If I ask you count till the number infinity, how many days will you take to count?
Undefined, because infinity is not a defined number. So
Yeah, but my question is count till infinity. When will you finish counting?
Never.
You'll never stop.
Exactly. Very, very intelligent kids. So same way, Krishna's glories are infinite. And Ananta, the snake which forms a bed on which Narayana lies, has 10,000 hoods, and each of the hood of Ananta is glorifying Lord Narayana since eternity. And it has not been able to complete. It's still glorifying Krishna. Whenever you think about Ananta, think about this. Oh, he is infinitely glorying the infinite glories of Lord Narayana. And he's forming the bed. He's serving Lord Narayana by forming a bed on the Milky Ocean. So those are the 2 points we have to remember about Ananta. Then what is the next one? Among aquatics, I am Varuna. So Varuna is a celestial god of ocean. So just as we know that there are different portfolios in this creation, there is wind god, there is rain god, there is water god, there is ocean god. Similarly, of oceans, Varuna is the ocean god, and Krishna is saying that I am manifesting as that opulent feature who is the ocean god. I don't have any pastime to explain that, but I will collect, and if I get any, I will share in the next class. And the third point Krishna is mentioning is Aryama. Aryama is actually the son of Aditi. Remember how we read in the last class that Aditi and Kashyapa were the parents um, of what is that dwarf incarnation of Krishna,
Vamanadev.
Vamanadev. Did you not discuss that? Somebody mentioned about how they meditated for they had children for 3 lifetimes. God has 3 times. Was it you, Suprit, who said that? Huh. So it was Sutapa and Prishnigarbha, Aditi and Kashyapa, and Vasudeva and Devaki. The same couple came as in 3 different lifetimes to give birth to God Himself as their child. So the third child of Aditi was Aryama, and Aryama is considered to be heading that planet where ancestors live, where our ancestors who passed away live. So among the king of ancestors, among the king of the kingdom of ancestors, he is Aryama. And then among the last point that Krishna is mentioning is about how he is the Yamaraj among the dispensers of law and justice. So Yama is in charge of how do I say, is it assigning or assigning punishments or rewards based on the activities performed by soul within a body, especially humans, because animals don't have any karmic reactions. They're just burning as soon as they give up their one animal body, they take on to another higher animal body. God doesn't count animals' actions are bad or good. They're just doing their based on the way they have been put into one body. But humans, because we have philosophical intelligence and a power to think, whatever actions we perform are going to get good rewards or bad rewards based on the rules of karma, right? So if we make a bad action, we have to experience a bad result, and if we do a good action, we have to experience a good result. Now, who is going to justify all these things? Who is the ultimate justifier of whatever actions are right or wrong? It is Yamaraj, Lord Yama. And Krishna is saying, and that's therefore, and Lord Yama is called the Lord of Justice, because he's the one who makes the law and who's also comparing with the law and giving justice to the living entities. And among them, Lord Krishna is saying, I am Yamaraj. Okay, there is one pastime about Lord Yama also, which I will share in the next class with both the classes. But for now, let's stop here. You all have a wonderful holidays and wonderful break. Please do not forget to pray to Krishna every day. Please do remember to practice your verses. I'm only saying practice. I'm not saying you have to memorize. Just by practicing, you will be able to memorize. But that's not our botheration. Our concern or our task should be only about practicing our verses daily, or allocating 10 minutes or 5 minutes every day for these verses. That way, we tell to Krishna, Krishna, you are important to us. Therefore, we are making time for you every day. All right, boys and girls. Once again, happy holidays. I'll see you all after New Year. I don't remember the date, the Sunday that comes or Saturday that comes after New Year, but you will be notified in the WhatsApp groups. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bye everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
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 Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.